Overnight, President Trump firing the nation's top military leadership in an unprecedented purge. Trump ousting General C.Q. Brown as chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, removing the four-star fighter pilot as America's top military leader, and firing multiple other senior leaders, including Lisa Franchetti, the first woman to serve as the Navy's top admiral, the number 2 ranking general in the Air Force, and 3 other senior officers. Brown was nominated by Trump in his first term, which made him the first black chief of staff for the Air Force, but has come under fire as Trump aims to rid the military of leaders who support diversity and equity, as Brown and some of the others who were fired had done. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth once called Brown a DEI hire.
Well, first of all, you got to fire you got to fire the chairman of Joint Chiefs.
Brown telling our chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz last year
if you support DEI in this country, especially in the government, you should be stripped of your title, your position. This is what Donald Trump ran on in his campaign. The American people wanted this. So yes, this is going to happen. And he did appoint him in his first term, but Trump didn't know that these people would convert into promoting things that are not helping or benefiting the American people. DEI does not benefit the American people. Getting positions in positions in the government should not be based on DEI. It should be based on merit. If you're able to do the job, you get the job.
Party going on there for Chad Bianco, the sheriff of Riverside County, announcing his run for governor. Let's listen in on Live Now.
It is absolutely wonderful to see so many people out here that have come to support. I think the possibility of today's announcement has lit a fire of hope amongst a whole bunch of people. As I was out there today, I spent the last hour and a half or so out there talking with people from all over Riverside County, Orange County, San Diego County. I appreciate you so much for coming, but what I realized is today we have a microcosm of California here. We have law enforcement, we have firemen, elected officials, we have leaders from our tribal nations, construction workers, teachers, doctors, nurses, students, business owners, real estate professionals, farmers, pastors. I saw a few of my retired friends, dads, and most importantly, for this revolution that we have going on in California, mama bears. I think it would be safe to say that this crowd represents all aspects of our beautiful state. Do you know who I do not see here today? There is no one from special interest groups that are destroying our state.
This is the man that is going to be the savior of California. I look forward to hearing more about how and what he's going to be campaigning on. I've heard him speak in interviews and fight back against the liberal media when he was put in, I think he was on CNN. I can't remember which platform he was on, but he is somebody that's I didn't know he was going to run for governor. So this is a huge shocking for Californians, and this is having him run for governor is gonna bring back some great things in California. I really truly believe that. Especially being in law enforcement, he's gonna clean up the streets. He's gonna actually do some action there in California. We'll definitely keep an eye on his progress along the way. I know re-election's not for another year. So, from now until it's time to vote in a new governor for California, we get to know and understand the type of man this is and character he has and what he has to bring to California. I'm really excited.
Lost a lot of trust in institutions, and I think there's been a lot of discussion, especially online and especially with young people. How do we rebuild that trust in institutions, the CIA, the FBI, all those institutions?
You're right.
Some people think that one way to build trust is to declassify things that everyone's talking about. I know you talked earlier about, I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist. So if you were president, would you declassify, you can answer yes or no to these, would you declassify the 9/11 files?
Yeah.
Would you declassify JFK files?
Yeah,
Would you,
I did a lot of it.
Would you declassify the Epstein files?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
I guess I would. I think that less so because, you don't know. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would, or at least
Do you think that would restore trust? Help restore trust?
Yeah, I don't know about Epstein so much as I do the others. Certainly about the way he died. It would be interesting to find out what happened there because that was a weird situation and the cameras didn't happen to be working, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, I'd go a long way toward that one.
I feel like a lot of people are really interested in the Epstein files only because there's been a lot of conspiracies around it, and not just on how he died, but what he was doing on his island with which celebrities, which political figures. I feel like a lot of people are involved in so many illegal activities when it comes to the Epstein files. So I'm hoping Trump can release something within that because, like we've said, we need full transparency. They're going to end up looking at it in private and seeing what the real true stuff is and give it to the American people. But I'm hoping, everything gets exposed. A lot of these people that put money in doing illegal activities should be accountable.
2 weeks ago, I signed an executive order banning men from playing in women's sports. Many Democrats are fighting me on that. I hope you continue because you'll never win another race. And it's just crazy. If you look at what happened with the boxing, if you look at what happened with the weightlifting numbers, where a record that hadn't been broken for 19 years got shattered. But, they put up an eighth of an ounce here, an eighth of an ounce there, and it's 218 pounds or whatever was that. And hadn't been broken in 19 years. And then guy walks up who transitioned. He transitioned, and he knocked out that record by about 100 pounds. That will be a record not going to be broken again in a long. So we put a ban on it, and to protect women. I mean, the women. If you watch the Olympics, you had two transitioned people that were fighting in the women's boxing. They have women's boxing category, and if you saw that, it was brutal. What happened to the Italian woman was a really good boxer. After one punch, she said, "No more. I've never been hit." It was a left. It was not even it was just a left jab. She got hit so hard, she said, "I can't do it." They forced her to go out. "No, go out again. You'll do it." Goes out again, gets hit again. No, that's it. She didn't want to die, and it's crazy. But the NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is the Maine here, the governor of Maine?
I'm here.
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding. Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics. Every state has a responsibility to comply with Title IX. They have an obligation.
She said, she's going by state and federal law. Well, Trump made it clear there's going to be a ban, and it's just not going to be allowed in this country. You're stripping away women's rights, the fairness in women. I don't understand how these people and she's a woman herself, which doesn't make any sense. You guys already know how I think about that from my other videos when it comes to transgenderism.
Mr. Cruz, again, on behalf of all the American people, on behalf of our sailors and Marines, it is my honor now to present this award. Congratulations, Tom, on behalf of the entire Department of the Navy.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. It also comes with a medal for you to wear, elegantly so, on your tuxes.
Wow.
Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you so much. I admire you. I've been with you personally, seeing how much you care about the servicemen and women, and I have great respect for you. And we've known each other now these many years, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate everyone being here. I appreciate you taking the time and for this extraordinary acknowledgement. And I accept this on behalf of not just myself, but our entire cast, our crew, our writers, directors, the studios in Hollywood who are so dedicated to helping. I admire all of the servicemen and women. I know in life something that is very true to me is to lead is to serve. And I know that to my core.
I wanted to show this video because, I like a lot of things that he said in regards to our military, and, he's done some training for his movies, and it kind of reminds me a little bit of Keanu Reeves. So they should look at Keanu Reeves and see if, he gets a medal as well. He's done a lot of his stunts himself in his movies, and so I wonder if he has any medals or anything. I should check up on that.
Out to the asteroid being called a city killer. There's a chance it could hit Earth.
It's happened before. An asteroid hitting Earth. This one in Russia in 2013, injuring more than 1,000 people. Now scientists say an asteroid discovered in December has a chance of striking our planet. It was named 2024 YR4, some calling it a potential city killer. It could hit in late 2032.
We're only looking at about a 3% chance that it hits the Earth. If it hit a city, it would completely obliterate a very large city.
It's up to 300 feet wide, the size of a large building.
If it was to hit, it would have an energy of between about 5 megatons of TNT and about 50 megatons of TNT, which is a very big range. This thing is probably in the range of, call it 1,000 times, 500 to 1,000 times larger than the bomb dropped over Hiroshima.
Astronomers have only a limited time to observe the asteroid before it fades from view.
Next month and in May, the James Webb Space Telescope will take its shot at looking at this object. We'll get a much better idea of its size. Those observations will really pin down its orbit.
In 2028 is when it comes back closer to the Earth. That will be our chance to more than likely say for sure whether or not it's going to hit the Earth.
NASA recently had success using a spacecraft to knock an asteroid off course during a test. Such a mission would need to be done years in advance of a potential impact. For now, scientists don't seem too worried.
There's a pretty good chance that it's going to hit in the ocean or someplace uninhabited, in which case we just get to see a great light show.
The potential impact.
People shouldn't be freaking out about this right now. I know they said 3%, but from everything I've been seeing from all these different astrophysicists online, they've been saying 1 to 2%, which is, it's not a lot, but especially this early on. I think in 2-3 years, when we double check on it, then we'll have a clearer picture of where it's at and where it's headed. But right now, people shouldn't be alarmed by this.
Just so, because who the hell knows, we got to talk about something very important. The war between Russia and Ukraine. People are being killed, mostly young men, mostly Russian and Ukrainian men, at levels you've never seen before. Thousands of people a week. And I've spoken to President Putin, and I think that thing is going to end, but it's got to end. It's a horrible, horrible thing to watch. I'm dealing with President Zelensky. I'm dealing with President Putin. I'm trying to get the money back that, or secured, because, Europe has given $100 billion. The United States has given $350 billion because we had a stupid, incompetent president and administration. 350. But here's worse. Europe gave it in the form of a loan. They get their money back. We gave it in the form of nothing, so I want them to give us something for all of the money that we put up, and I'm going to try and get the war settled, and I'm going to try and get all that death ended. So we're asking for rare earth and oil, anything we can get, but we feel so stupid. Here's Europe, and it affects Europe. It doesn't really affect us, except we don't like to see two things. Number one, how Biden got us into this thing in the first place. Terrible. But why is it that he didn't ask for equalization? Europe should put up more money than us. But even if you said the same thing, how come we went so far out front? And he didn't know that Europe gets his money back. They did it in the form of a loan. We don't get our money back. We get nothing. So we're getting our money back. We're going to get our money back because it's not fair. It's just not fair. And we will see. But I think we're pretty close to a deal, and we better be close to a deal, because that has been a horrible.
Joey Biden didn't know how to negotiate with other world leaders. This is why. This is why they gave up all this money with no plan to get this money back for the American people. He didn't care about America. He doesn't care about American citizens. He didn't care. Let me know what you guys think in the comments on any of these clips. This is I'll do this news on the hour type thing, or news of the day. I'm trying to break it up every single day. I'm trying to do different clips of different news events that happen. I think it would be a lot better for the channel and a little bit more organized. I'm trying to feel for this YouTube channel. Let me know what you guys think of that idea. I kind of like it because it's kind of giving you guys a little bit of glimpses of different news throughout what's going on in the country or the world. Yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Till next time. Peace out, guys.